Docs, I'm going to go through three things that I know will help you out in the onboarding of any new patient. So, this is someone who comes in, they start care with you, and we're going to break this into three different segments. Number one is intention, number two is heart, and number three is strategy. I'm going to break each one down in a way that's applicable to your practice, but understanding when I say the word onboarding, what I really mean is when you get commitment to a care plan, and I don't care if it's 6 visits or 36 visits. The understanding is healing's going to take some time. If somebody sprains an ankle that isn't like a one visit fix, that too is going to take time. And if they've been subluxated for years, well, guess what? That's going to take time as well. Let me start with number one. What is the intention? Intention is why are they there? What are they looking to have a resolution? And number two, what are you going to do about it? Meaning, what is your intention? What is your niche? What is the audience you want to help? And maybe it's everybody, but usually when you get a refined look, a defined approach, it's going to help you attract more of the right people in when you're clear about who you want to help. What their intention is typically is some kind of pain relief. Now, that's been validated by the ADAM study, which is a meta study, basically explaining that 92% of new patients are neck and low back pain. And while some vitalistic chiropractors want to poo poo that and move beyond that and say silly things like, your body's amazing, let's talk about how it heals, I don't want to talk about pain, you can appear to be dismissive or arrogant, neither of which is good for you. So learn to have the pain conversation so that we can address it and actually, admittedly, put it aside, and we can then get into a vitalistic conversation. So whether you practice mechanistically or vitalistically, you're going to get some good things out of this video, but that would be intention. Number two then is the heart. When you onboard someone, when you're putting them into a care plan, and even as you go through your day one consultations, understand what is the meaning to them. In other words, my back hurts. I get it. But what's the real meaning to them? What is the back pain interrupting? And so if we really get into the heart, the meaning of onboarding someone, there's usually a meaning deeper than this. And it will usually revolve around something that they can't do, that this back pain or neck pain limits them from doing. And again, 92% of new patients are for pain, but when you implement the heart strategy, the value goes way up, because one of the things I want you to get out of this video is validation equals value. Meaning, I understand your back hurts, but what is this preventing you from doing? Well, I'm a golfer and I'm having a really hard time swinging a club. That's what I do. That's who I am. I'm a golfer. We go, aha, there's the heart. So the heart is part of what they are not able to do or aren't able to do as well as they used to with this problem there. And then the third thing is really strategy, meaning we've got ways that we can educate people once they've been onboarded, once we put them into a plan. But the strategy for you really comes into metrics and goals and defining things as you go through care to keep them engaged in the process. And honestly and ethically showing them, hey, we're making changes. Look, we're not all the way there to the finish line and what you want to do, but we have made improvements, so stay with the plan. And I think that's really important, is stay with the plan. I'm going to give you some examples of what not to do. When it comes to intention, your intention should not be a transaction. I always teach in the format that I want you to create a relationship where you can walk down Main Street in your town, hold your head high because you have accountability, meaning you're doing right by people. That's how I practice. We literally have a main street in my little beach town, and this is what we do. My kids go to school in the district. I live in the town. I practice in. I love that accountability. When you start looking at the heart and you return people to the things they love to do, then they're going to love you. Please make note of that. When you return the people to the things they love to do, they're going to love you. And there is a difference between being friendly with people and being friends. So you don't need to be their friend for them to like you. You need to be efficient at what you're doing as a chiropractor, and they'll love you. But a lot of times chiropractors think they need to be friends with their patients or go to 2-year-old birthday parties to create a bond. That isn't it. They're not looking for friends. You can be friendly, but be the authority. I think that's more effective. And then strategy-wise, when we start to look at the idea that if someone's in a plan, whether it's 2 weeks or 2 months, there's an opportunity to nurture. So it's an onboarding process. Maybe you are getting them out of the television indoctrination. Maybe you're getting them out of the big pharma indoctrination, that there's a pill for every symptom. We've got a day quill. We've got a night quill. Pretty soon we're going to have an afternoon quill. And if you want to change that paradigm and get them out of the television indoctrination from the pharmaceutical cartel, then these are things you've now earned the opportunity, you've earned the blessing to start to teach people through the process. Look, I really hope this helps you out. But those three parts, intention, heart, and strategy, are really what make for great care plans and ultimately get people great results. If that works for you, then you're going to start to see your retention go up. And I love it when people come in for wellness visits where they're not having symptomatic care, because ultimately that means they view chiropractic as a health and a lifestyle approach as opposed to something that is going to work against Advil or Tylenol or pain relief. And ultimately, that's what's led to the oxy and the opioid problem in my book. And if you didn't know some of the statistics, in 2022, we had over 290 deaths per day in America alone. So, a lot of what motivates me is getting people away from the pills and the drugs, understanding that your chiropractic practice can be a pillar in the community. Do it the right way, tap into those three things. And I really hope this short, quick tutorial helps you out.